If you have been having issues with zipper bulge at the back of your skirt or excess at the front of your skirt, then you need to watch this video. This video is for you. Hello creatives, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's tutorial will be on how to draft a basic skirt, a basic pencil skirt pattern. Let's get straight into the video. The required measurements for this pattern are the waist circumference, the hip circumference, the waist to hip, and the skirt length. I had already drafted my skirt block before turning on my camera, so I'm just going to briefly explain what we have here now. This is my hip divided by 2. My hip is 38 inches and I divided it by 2, which is 19 inches. I further went ahead to divide it into 2, which is 9.5 inches. So on this block, we have the front block and we have the back block, which is 9.5 inches on both sides. And I use 9.5 inches because that is the fullest part of the measurement we are working with. I also marked out the length of my skirt, which is 21 inches. The next measurement I'll be taking is my waist to hip, and for me, I'm using 8.5 inches. I'm not subtracting the height of my band because this skirt is going to be attached to a half length, which is going to make it a gown. If you want to make it a skirt with a band, you are going to subtract the band height from the waist to hip. The next measurement I'll be taking is the waist divided by 4, which is 7 inches. I'm going to connect from that 7 inches to my hip line. I already have my hip divided by 4 at this point, so currently we are working on the front block. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the hem of my skirt pattern, then I'm going to go in by 1.5 inches. You can do 1 inch or 2 inches depending on how fitted you want the skirt to be at your knee. For me, I do 1.5 inches most times, but if I don't want the skirt to be too fitted, I do 1 inch. I will connect from that point to the hip line with the straight part of my pattern master. At the center front of my skirt pattern, I'm going to come down by 0.75 inch. This is because I'm not going to be putting a dart at the front of this skirt. So this will help me to eliminate the excess that the dart is meant to take out initially. Now I'm done drafting the front pattern and we have the center front and the side front. I'm going to go ahead to draft the back pattern. At the center part of my back, I'm going to come in by 0.5 inch and I'll connect it to the hip line. This is to prevent zipper bulge. If your zipper area is straight, it's most likely to bulge. From the half inch I took out at the center back, I'm going to mark out my waist measurement divided by 4, which is 7 inches. And I'm going to add extra 1 inch for my dart. Note that this pattern does not have any seam allowance, so you're going to add your seam allowance when you are transferring to fabric. Remember, we went in by 1.5 inches at the hem part of the front pattern, so I'm going to take this 1.5 inches and divide it into 2 and share it at the hem part of the back pattern. So I'm going to have 0.5 inches on both sides of the hem part of the back pattern. I will connect from both points to meet the hip line. I will go ahead and label the back pattern, the side back, and the center back. This is for easy identification, especially when you are new to pattern drafting. You need to label your pieces so you don't mix things up. So this is what your pattern should look like if you follow the steps correctly. We have the front pattern and the back pattern. So after cutting it out, you can add your seam allowance. What is left is for me to mark out the dart line. At the zipper area, I'm going to mark out the parts that I'm not going to be cutting out. So I'm just going to identify that part. So that is where we took out the zipper bulge from. So at the half inch, from the half inch, I'm going to mark out half of my bust span measurement, which is 4 inches. For my dart length, I'll mark out 5.5 inches and I'll come out by half inch on both sides to create my darts. This brings us to the end of this tutorial. Kindly let me know in the comment section if you found this helpful, and don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.